Hey, this is DK Dude 7, and I'm starting out with something new. A little series I'm going to be calling Every Frame Matters. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sitting down, I'm going to be probably recording my first reactions to an amateur film. So the first one I'm going to be doing is Revenge. Let's get into this.
Don't give me that look, Bella. We both knew this day was coming. Oh,
Huh.
bitch!
I don't know why I found that funny.
Ruined my life.
Okay.
You thought you got rid of me forever, didn't you?
Fuck you, Jared.
I told you. That if
Sorry,
you did not do
swears
what
in
I
films
said,
like this make me
someone
laugh.
Was going to get. What did I ever do to you?
Someone forceful spit in his face there. I'm impressed.
You know what you did.
I was just trying to make you happy, my dear. You just
Okay.
don't get it, do you?
Help!
You can scream all you want.
I'm not trying to
No
make
one
light
can
of this.
hear you.
It's actually, like, good. There's just little things that are making me chuckle from as like an amateur
Yeah.
filmmaker.
And fight me like a man.
Should definitely be the tagline of the movie.
Fight like a man.
Plot twist, she's pregnant.
I'll let you know.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to like laugh at this.
You can't be
It's
serious right now.
meant to be
pregnant.
super serious. But
It's yours.
I can't be a father right now. No, you have to
it's
stop this
really
shit
hard
now.
for me
I
to
can't
take it
stop
seriously
And
for
I'm
some
not going
reason.
to Stop it.
You just like, did he stab her in the stomach?
Your mistake was not realizing
Okay.
that I always
I like
get
that.
what I want. But I thought you loved me.
Who would love a sick bastard like you?
Again with the spitting.
Get up, bitch.
Spitting is not the best option in this situation.
Let's play a fun game. I fucking say. You thought you could take everything and just run. You thought you could tell them everything that I did. You're gonna listen to me because I am the husband, and you do as the master says. And since you promised me,
I'm the
your
husband,
eternal
you do what the master
obedience,
says.
You are going to listen to me.
Okay. Oh. It's not cool, dude.
You think you're so tough, don't you? It's pathetic. Next time, use your head.
It is next time.
Oh, 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 oh. You broke it, you motherfucker.
The writing is just... And I'm not... Again, I'm not trying to just be a jerk about the way I'm talking about this.
Finger on your woman.
Oh. Well, alrighty then.
I'm the monster. No, you are the monster. You see, I'm not the one with a little demon from hell growing inside her.
It's Outlast 2, just all the way around.
I am getting rid of something that should never have been here.
At least I'm not trying to kill anyone. I'm bringing a life into this world. A life you created. And you should have put more thought into fucking up your own life before you fucked me.
That's it, bitch. You and that little parasite.
The writing is...
Hey!
Ow. That would really hurt. That would really... No. Ow. Eh? And she'd be 100% justified in actually doing that. Because, well... self-defense. She has stab wounds. She has evidence. Smile for the camera. Low ISO noise. Or high ISO noise. Okay, I think now I'll let the credits run. So, first off, really good. I liked it. Okay, so you did have audio. Cool. So, my thoughts on the film. It was actually really good. I loved it. Like the idea of this story being very interesting, you know, the girl being pregnant and having, I think it was in the description, but it's a kind of an abusive relationship scenario, which is, you know, well, it's messed up, obviously, but it's actually kind of makes for an interesting dynamic, especially the way this abusive relationship worked, having it be the case of her being, like, you know, tied up in the basement, which is very, very scummy, especially due to your wife. As I said, I liked it, and anything I say about this, I'm not just trying to be a jerk when I'm talking about it. You know, constructive criticism and all that. So, one of the things that I would personally say could have added to it would be, so obviously they did, you know, they had some sound design and stuff, there are moments in it. But I think something that would have really helped is as he's punching and hitting, kicking her, some extra sound effects there. It would have definitely added to the sequences where, you know, she takes a blow, but there's really nothing there, so it's kind of like you have her reacting, you have his action, but you don't really have anything to add to that. It kind of makes it just, it doesn't make the punch land. That would have been one of the things I would have added to it, having actually done like punches and stuff for, you know, short films or whatever. Like, there are some moments in it, I would have probably lit things a little differently. Like, one example is when he's walking down the stairs. You have, you know, you see him in silhouette, but you're just using natural lighting in the room. It probably would have benefited from actually having, like, let's see, what type of lighting would you want for that? You'd probably want to put a light possibly maybe behind him, so it just brightens everything up, rather, because it seemed like the light was kind of tucked away behind the door somewhere, making it very difficult to light your scene. And I understand if you don't actually have the lights, you know, you don't necessarily, you can't use something you don't have. That would have been something, and there were a couple of moments, like, the girl's acting was superb. She did a wonderful job of her role. She portrayed exactly what you would want to portray. There were a couple of moments where it was kind of comical the way she was acting, but these, I don't think, are professional actors. So you know, they're still developing the craft, and goodness knows, having done some acting in the past myself, it doesn't always work out so well. His acting, on the other hand, was kind of off-putting to me. Like, he did a good job. He portrayed what you wanted to portray, but at the same time, there was an element to watching how he did things where it felt like I was watching someone attempting to be Heath Ledger's Joker. Now, maybe that's what you were going, you know, obviously I can't get inside the mind of our director here. But I don't know if that was necessarily the vibe you were going for. Like, I got more serial killer than abusive husband. Which, again, maybe that's what he does. He's a serial killer, you know, he marries a woman and then kills her. But yeah, that would be something that, you know, could have been worked on, but you know what? It worked out just fine. His character was good. Everything, you know, he did a good job at what he needed to do. He portrayed just being the type of person you want to die in the end, which, of course, is what happens. The editing, of course, was superb. I really enjoyed the editing. Then again, the channel, or the person editing and directing this is known for that. Her YouTube channel, Editing is Everything, has roughly around, I think she just broke the 100,000 subscriber mark. So, again, she is known for her editing. I think there were a couple of moments, yeah, there were a lot of shots that felt very similar. Like, just kind of, there were moments where he had her, you know, the wife pressed up against the wall and just kind of used those same shots over and over, which might not necessarily be a bad thing, but there's a bit of it that made it feel like it dragged, which I've had that experience of having something shot and realizing later, I should have, like, trimmed out, 10 seconds of this and it would have maybe worked better. There's probably more I could say about it, but overall, I'd actually say the film was really well done. Again, the editing was superb. The shots were usually pretty solid. The audio was a bit of a weak point. Oh, that was one thing. There was a moment in it where the audio would be considered clipping, which I really hope I'm not doing. But that would be one of those things, that's one of those things you can't really do anything about if it's recorded badly. It just sounded like they got the actors a little bit closer to the mic than you probably would have wanted them. But again, I've done that in my own films. Overall, the sound design was actually really good. There were just some minor things that probably could have been changed about it. But overall, I would say the film was actually really well done, and I absolutely loved it. It was a fun time to watch. So I'm definitely looking forward to more films that she directs. I would highly recommend you guys go give the video some love. I guess tell her I sent you, maybe? I honestly don't care. But yeah, go subscribe to both of her channels. Go follow her on Twitter, all the usual plugs. I would highly recommend. She's a super down-to-earth, super cool YouTuber. So, I guess with that, I am going to go ahead and say, see you guys next time. See you later.